Collective. Today I'm doing some cleansing. I've had a cleansing bath. I'm thinking about starting to make up the bottle of spiritual cleanse that I do for myself for other people. I'm looking at because people have asked me about what it is, so I'm looking at making my own. Smudging with a cinnamon stick. Cinnamon sticks are a great way to smudge because they're cheap to buy. I just buy a pack from the supermarket. This was really cheap in Asda, less than £1. I don't know if it was on special offer, but it's only like over a pound, less than £2, full price. I also use bay leaves that you can also get from supermarkets and shops. They're great for clearing negative energy as well. So if you can't afford at the moment to buy like a smudge stick that's sage, because sometimes they can be like pricey, especially if you're living on a budget at the moment. Try use smudging with other things. You can light a candle and just use the heat from the flame as a way of cleansing as well. Fire is a great cleansing element. It's whatever you put the energy into and the intention into will do what you need it to do. If you can use an incense stick, light an incense stick and use the smoke from that to smudge. Because spiritual cleansing and the intention to spiritual cleanse is very important, because in life we get thing like energy attached to us when we just go to the shop, because there's other people with their energy. We can get energy attached to us through people's thoughts about us. If someone thinks intently about you all the time, which there is a lot of people who seem to obsess about others, that can have an impact on your energy. So it's good to detach any energy from you. If you feel there's a bigger energy attached to you, you can do like a meditation. Ask your guides, your ancestors, to angels to remove the energy, transmute it as it sees fit, and then you can ask that where the energy has been removed, that it's filled with light or love or just something positive, so that it doesn't just leave a space that can be once again filled with what you don't want. But if you know that someone's sending the energy at you, you can ask that it goes back to them, but that their higher self chooses how to transmute it and use it in whatever way is seen as fit for them. So you're not causing any karma against yourself, because you're leaving it to the universe and their higher self to decide what to do with the energy. You're not saying like, oh, they sent me nasty energy to do this to me, so I want to do it back to them. You're saying, I trust my guides, their guides, the universe to transmute it and weigh it karmically as they see fit. Kind of way keeping your hands spiritually clean. But yeah, so cleansing is, I would say, essential. Sometimes as well, I light a little coal disc, and I put herbs on there like frankincense and myrrh. And sometimes I'll break up the bay leaf and put that on there as well. And that's a good one, because you've seen me in some videos and I move it up and down my chakras and make them feel cleansed. I'm often doing this when I'm talking to people to cleanse my third eye. Sometimes I go above my head, up and down my body, draw the energy up, draw it to my higher self, make my higher self deal with any issues that there may be, because my higher self, I trust my higher self. We've got a great relationship. She's a awesome chick. But yeah, so definitely think about starting to cleanse. Even if you do a short meditation in the morning where you envision like light surrounding you, cleansing away dark energy, breathe in light and breathe out any dark energy. Ask the universe to transmute it, and then enclose yourself in a bubble, an iridescent, beautiful bubble that's protecting you and protecting your energy, so that when you go out into the world, you've got like a shield of protection. Ask your guides to help protect you, and trust your higher self but do the cleansing, but don't do it too much. Don't think that you always have to be smudging and you always have. Do it regularly, but not so much that it becomes obsessive, because then if you become obsessed with the idea of being spiritually attacked, you're kind of putting the energy onto you, because remember, thoughts become things. So be mindful and do cleansing, but don't become obsessive about it and then make it a thing, because I've done that before. And you start to think energy is being sent at you, and it isn't. It's your own thought form. Our brains are so powerful, our mind is so powerful, and that is why it's important that we use it for the right things, and not to think about things that we don't want, because thoughts do become things. Like I saw in The Secret years ago, they said your life is what you thought it would be. So whatever you thought about most, your life becomes. So be mindful about obsessing about anything that you don't want. When you're cleansing, you can even say to yourself, I am protected, I am strong, I am cleansed, I vibrate at a high rate. So instead of saying cleanse, you can say the opposite, so it's positive if that feels better. Just do what's right for you. I would say that spirituality should be it should flow with you. It shouldn't be a chore, but it's something that you should have some rigidity in, that you make sure that you are committing to your spiritual journey. Because if you think you are spirit, living a human experience, it's as important to look after the spiritual side as looking after your physical. Even more important, actually, because we will, when we transcend from this realm from our human form, we will still exist as spirit. So our spirit is eternal. So it's important to look after it. And if you don't want to keep coming back, it's a good investment. Look after your spirit now. Learn spiritually. Do the right thing. Lighten your spirit. Lighten your life. And you've got more chance of, when your heart's weighed against my heart's feather, of it being seen as, you're a right chick, you're doing all right. And you get to move on to the Imantet that Osar presides over. So, like I said in my last video, I like to do chit-chatty videos, but I hope this one has helped in looking at budget ways where you can do your spiritual cleansing. And then also the importance of not obsessing about being protected. Just make it come naturally and you'll be fine. So I hope you all have an awesome day, whatever day you watch this on. I hope the day is blessed. I hope you ancestors guide, protect and strengthen you and inspire you to do and be everything that you came here to be, because that is what is the most important thing about spirituality. Stay blessed. Namaste.